Welcome once more, my friends, to another free video drum lesson from drumstheword.com. This lesson is going to introduce you to every drummer's best friend, the ghost note. These little notes add so much but ask for so little in return. How very generous. By the end of the lesson, you'll understand what ghost notes are, where they can be used, and hopefully just how effective they are at creating great and dynamic sounding grooves. I shall also be demonstrating for you some really cool examples, so look out for those later on. So, what are ghost notes, I hear you cry? Well, essentially, they are just like any other note but played as quietly as possible. The common way they're described is that they should be felt rather than heard. They help to fill out drum beats and fills without drawing the listener's attention away from the main rhythm. At this point, you might be thinking, well, what's the point if you can't hear them, drum bum? Well, during a loud passage within a song, the ghost notes might not be heard. But the listener is certainly going to feel their use, even if they can't quite hear exactly what's being played. But as soon as there's a break in the volume, the ghost notes are going to jump out at the listener, and it is then that they will be heard and appreciated. Their use within quieter songs, drum solos or breaks are certainly going to be noticed, and they also lead on to all kinds of other cool applications later in your playing. With the quiet and subtle ghost note in your metaphorical stick bag, you can really start to play dynamically. Dynamic drumming is really where all drummers should want to be heading in their journey towards greatness, power and world domination! Okay, in order for a ghost note to be played correctly, it has to be played quietly. That should be pretty obvious. The stick needs to be no more than a couple of inches above the drum being hit in order for the volume to sound correct. A gentle tap on the drum is all that's required for ghost notes to sound correct. No more, no less. For all of the examples in this video, the ghost notes are written inside brackets. All other snare drum notes are meant to be played as loud accents. Here we go! Eventually, you can start to be a bit more adventurous with the bass drum, and even play bass drum notes at the same time as ghost notes. Like so. Here's a quick improvised example showing the kind of bass drum patterns you could use. Alright, I'm showing off. The next part of this lesson will introduce you to some common ghost note patterns that I like to use. I will first be showing you how the ghost note pattern sounds, and then playing the same pattern again but without ghost notes. This is so that you can hear the difference between a drum beat with ghost notes and one without. My electric kit isn't very sensitive, unfortunately, so hearing the difference between some of the patterns might be a little difficult. Sorry about that. And finally, here's a little pattern that I like to use that includes ghost notes, extra accents, and triplets. Oh yeah! Thanks a lot for watching, peeps. If you want more Ghost Note groove ideas, then click on the link to your right to be taken to a free Ghost Note drum lesson on my website at www.drumstheword.com. While you're there, you might also like to check out the oodles and oodles of other free drum lessons, videos, articles and drum charts. Toodle pip!